Hello students, I am Ashish De. In my earlier video, I have discussed about inverse system and convolution integral. In this video, I want to discuss about Fourier series. Now, before going to that, we have to know about periodic signal and aperiodic signal. We already know about periodic signal and aperiodic signal. What is a periodic signal? A periodic signal is one which repeats itself periodically over infinite time interval. That is periodic signal. Example of some well-known periodic signals are basically sinusoidal signal, that may be sine wave or cos wave. Okay. One advantage of sinusoidal signal is that we can get easily frequency spectrum of that signal. If a signal is sinusoidal, we can get easily the frequency response of the signal. Okay. Now, in case of non-sinusoidal signal, there are some difficulties to obtain the frequency response or frequency spectrum smoothly. Okay, that's why we have there is a requirement to convert a non-periodic signal into a non-sinusoidal signal into sinusoidal signal, right? Now, how we can convert that? There are some conditions to convert a non-sinusoidal signal into sinusoidal signal. That conditions are called Dirichlet's condition. If a non-sinusoidal signal satisfies Dirichlet's condition, then it can be converted into Fourier series. Okay. Now, suppose the non-sinusoidal signal is xt, then it can be represented in Fourier series like this way: xt equal to a0 plus n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n omega t, this is capital omega, right, plus bn sin n omega t, this. Okay, so this is an infinite series basically, because here the values of n starts from 1 to infinity. Okay, so there is a infinite numbers of sinusoidal signals in this series. Okay, so from here we can see that one can convert a non-sinusoidal signal into sinusoidal signal like this way. This component is called DC component, and these components having some frequencies because it contains omega, right? So this is called Fourier series. Now, if the signal xt satisfies the Dirichlet's condition, then it can be expressed in Fourier series like this way. Okay. Now, a0, an and bn, these are called Fourier coefficients. Okay, one can easily calculate Fourier coefficients using some well-known formulas. Okay, now a0 is the DC component. Okay, and here omega is called fundamental frequency. Okay, and n omega is harmonics of fundamental frequency omega. Okay, if the value of n equal to 1, then it is omega. If the value of n equal to 2, then this is 2 omega, right? So 2 omega, 3 omega, 4 omega, like this way. So these values are called harmonics of omega. Just remember that. Now, in this Fourier series, Fourier coefficient can be expressed by this relationship a0, that is DC component of Fourier series, that can be represented by this formula t0 integration over t0 plus capital T xt dt. Okay. Now, what is capital T? Capital T is the time period of this periodic signal xt. Okay, So capital T is the time period, right? Now an can be represented by using this formula 2 by capital T integration over T0 to T0 plus capital T xt cos n omega t dt. Okay, and bn, Fourier coefficient bn can be expressed by 2 by t t0 plus capital T xt into sin n omega t dt. Okay, so these are the basically Fourier coefficients. Okay, now what are the conditions that should be satisfied to get Fourier series or to get the sinusoidal form from a non-sinusoidal signal? Okay, that's are called Dirichlet's conditions. Now existence of Fourier series, that are Dirichlet's condition. Okay, so what are the Dirichlet's condition? First one, number one is xt should be periodic. So number one is xt should be periodic, and number two, xt should be single valued function, right? Now number three is the function xt have only a finite number of maxima and minima. Number 4 is the function xt have a finite number of discontinuities. Okay, and number 6, xt is absolutely integrable over one time period. Okay, that means over a time period, that is integration over 0 to t mod of xt dt should be less than infinity. So xt is absolutely integrable over one time period. Okay, so what are the Dirichlet's condition? First of all, xt should be periodic. Number 2 is xt is single valued function. Number 3 is the function xt have only a finite number of maxima and minima. Number 4 is the function xt have a finite number of discontinuities. Number 5, the function xt is absolutely integrable over one time period. That means integration over 0 to capital T mod of xt dt should be less than infinity. Okay, so these are the Dirichlet's conditions. That is also written in your note. Just read out all the Dirichlet's condition. Okay, so if any function xt satisfies this Dirichlet's condition, then it can be represented by Fourier series. Now evaluation of Fourier coefficients. Now how to evaluate the Fourier coefficient? So Fourier series of any periodic function xt is a0 plus limit summation of n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n omega t plus bn sin n omega t this. Okay, suppose this is equation number 1. Now we have to evaluate Fourier coefficient a0, an and bn. Before going to that, we have to know that integration over t0 plus capital T cos n omega t dt, that is equal to 0. Why? Because this is equal to, we know the integration of cos, that is sin n omega t by n omega, right? over t0 plus capital T. Now if we put this will be equal to sin n omega into t0 plus capital T minus sin n omega t0 divided by n omega. So this will be equal to sin n omega t0 plus n omega capital T minus sin n omega t0 by n omega, right? Now in case of periodic function, this is the time period, capital T is the time period, and this will be equal to sin n omega t0 minus sin n omega t0 by n omega. Okay, in case of periodic function, we know that sin capital T plus t0 equal to sin t0, right? So this is integer multiplication of capital T. That's why this will be also sin n omega t0. So this will be equal to 0. Again, integration over t0 plus capital T sin n omega t dt equal to 0. So for one time interval, integration over one time interval of any sinusoidal or cosine function will be equal to 0. Okay, now if we want to integrate this equation number 1 over one time interval, so integrating equation 1 with respect to t over one time interval, we get integration over t0 to t0 plus capital T xt dt equal to this. Now here we can see that integration over t0 to t0 plus capital T cos n omega t dt, this is 0 and this is also 0. Okay, so this should be 0 and this is also 0. Okay, so the remaining portion is integration over t0 plus capital T xt dt, that will be equal to, in this integration, this is a0 into capital T. Okay, so from here we can write that a0 equal to 1 by capital T integration over t0 plus capital T xt dt. Okay, so this is the Fourier coefficient a0, right? Now we have to calculate an. Now to calculate an, we have to multiply equation 1 with cos n omega t on both sides and integrate over one time interval. Then we can get integration over t0 plus capital T xt cos n omega t dt, that will be equal to a0 integration over t0 plus capital T that is cos n omega t dt plus summation of n equal to 1 to infinity a n integration over t0 plus capital T, this is cos square n omega t dt plus bn integration over t0 plus capital T, this is integration. Okay, sin n omega t cos n omega t dt, this. Okay, now from here we can see that this portion will be equal to 0 because this is basically sin 2n omega t, and here is also 2 cos square theta equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta. So cos part will be cancelled out, and the remaining portion is 1. So from here we can and this portion will be 0. Okay, so integration over t0 plus capital T xt cos n omega t dt will be equal to an by 2 into capital T. Okay, so from here we can write that an equal to 2 by capital T integration over t0 plus capital T xt cos n omega t dt. Okay, so an Fourier coefficient an equal to this and a0 equal to this. Okay, now to find bn we have to multiply equation 1 by sin n omega t and integrate over one time period interval, that is from t0 to t0 plus capital T. We can get bn equal to 2 by capital T integration over t0 plus capital T xt sin n omega t dt. Okay, so this is Fourier coefficient number 3. Okay, now in my next class we will discuss about how to get a Fourier series from a periodic non-sinusoidal signal. Okay, so what we learn from this video, we learn how to convert a non-sinusoidal signal into sinusoidal signal, non-sinusoidal periodic signal into sinusoidal signal. What are the conditions that should be satisfied to convert a non-sinusoidal periodic signal into sinusoidal signal, and how to calculate what are the formulas of Fourier coefficient, or how to calculate Fourier coefficients. Okay, so these are the formulas to calculate Fourier coefficient.